Ilang lugar sa Autonomous Region in Muslim Mindanao ang babantayan ng Armed Forces of the Philippines sa idaraos na plebisito para sa Bangsamoro Organic Law o BOL. Ito ay upang mapigilan ang maaaring pagkakaroon ng gulo na makakaapekto sa pagdaraos ng plebisito. Narito ang report ni Dante Amento.
Kumpiyansa ang Armed Forces of the Philippines sa kanilang ginagawang paghahanda para sa nalalapit na pagdaraos ng plebisito para sa Bangsamoro Organic Law o BOL sa ilang lugar sa Mindanao, partikular sa ARMM. Naniniwala ang sandatahang lakas na maaari lamang maipahayag ng mga residente ang kanilang mga boses nang maayos kaugnay sa BOL kung walang manggugulo sa kanila. Ayon kay AFP Western Mindanao Command spokesperson Colonel Jerry Besana, nakalatag na ang kanilang security plan para rito. Kabilang na rito ang mahigpit na inspeksyon sa mga installed checkpoints sa iba't ibang lugar, koordinasyon sa ibang law enforcement agency, pangunahin na ng PNP. Dagdag pa ng opisyal, ang mga probinsya ng Sulu, Lanao del Norte at Cotabato City ang mga pangunahing lugar na kanilang prayoridad mabantayan. Hindi inalis ng AFP ang posibilidad na gagawa ng karahasan ang tinawag na peace spoilers sa araw ng plebisito. Kabilang narito ang BIFF, ISIS-inspired group na Daesh at local terrorist group na Abu Sayyaf.
Unang-una, they exist because they wanted to sow terror. Pangalawa, they wanted to disrupt the plebiscite. Ang modus operandi nila is more on IED attack, employing only 2-3 people. So, kaya tudong bantay tayo sa Cotabato City at sa mga karating na lugar.
Una nang sinabi ni Joint Task Force Central Commander Brigadier General Cirilito Sobihana ang pagsabog sa isang mall sa Cotabato City at sunod-sunod na tangkang pagpapapasok ng improvised explosive device sa lungsod ay upang sirain ang usaping pangkapayapaan. Dante Amento, UNTV, News and Rescue, Zamboanga City.
Hundreds of Honduran migrants began the long trek north on Monday, part of new U.S.-bound caravan that hopes to succeed even as a previous wave of Central Americans weren't able to quickly enter the United States. Marie Peñaranda has the story.
Central American migrant caravans have become a flashpoint in the debate over U.S. immigration policy, as President Donald Trump remained adamant that the migrants will be barred from crossing the border. Television footage on Monday showed several hundred people in the violent city of San Pedro Sula huddled together and waving Honduran flags as they began a journey that will likely take weeks or even months to reach the U.S.-Mexico border.
Cada grupo que vemos emigrar.
We see boys, girls, elderly people, people with specific needs in each group we see migrate. They flee from violence, from displacements seen in our country.
We have already suffered enough with my daughter here. What can I say? They say this path is very dangerous, but I've never experienced it. And now, I've come to experience it. Never mind. If I have to suffer, so will my daughter. What can you do about it?
Between 600 and 800 Hondurans have joined the caravan, according to an estimate provided by Miroslopa Servas. Between 600 and 800 Hondurans have joined the caravan, according to an estimate provided by Miroslava Serpas, head of Migrant Affairs with CIPRODEH Human Rights Research Center that is accompanying the group. Last October, another migrant caravan left Honduras made up of men, women, and children, mostly claiming that they were feeling entrenched poverty and gangland violence back home. While some 2,500 people from that caravan remain in the Mexican border city of Tijuana, more than 7,000 have returned to Honduras, according to Honduran officials. Migrants, some traveling with spouses and children, hope to find work in the United States. Trump has repeatedly vowed to stop the Central American caravans, sending troops to reinforce the border and describing the migrants as an invading force. Marie Peñaranda, UNTV News and Rescue, Texas, USA.
Australians are sweltering in temperatures as much as 12 degrees Celsius above average after another extreme heat wave swept across the country on Monday, the second in under a month. Early Briones reports.
With a heat wave stifling southeastern Australia, the best place to be, as elephants Lukchai and Patihorn discovered on Tuesday, January 15, is in the water. It's not just animals feeling the pressure. Many Australians on Tuesday took to water parks and sea to keep cool. They have been warned to avoid exerting themselves outdoors and to drink lots of water as record temperatures in part of the country look set to linger and even increase over coming days.
It's been caused by a low pressure trough that's sitting over New South Wales at the moment. And what's happening is that low pressure system, it's dragging a whole lot of hot air down from central Australia. There's a high pressure system sitting in the Tasman Sea at the moment, and it's blocking any cold fronts from coming over New South Wales.
Parts of New South Wales, Australia's most populated state, and an area of Western Australia saw record high minimum temperatures of 33 degrees Celsius or 91 degrees Fahrenheit overnight. The maximum is expected to soar to more than 45 degrees Celsius or 113 degrees Fahrenheit on Wednesday, January 16 in parts of New South Wales, South Australia, and Victoria, the Bureau of Meteorology said. Early Briones, UNTV News and Rescue, Sydney, Australia.
Itinurn over na ng Presidential Anti-Corruption Commission o PACC sa mga otoridad ng China ang umano'y Chinese fugitive na sangkot sa 11 billion pesos economic crimes at korupsyon sa China. At mula sa Department of Justice, may report si May Bermudez live. Go ahead, Mai.
Floor, magandang tanghali. Itinurn over na nga ng Presidential Anti-Corruption Commission o PACC sa mga otoridad ng China ang kauna-unahang high-profile fugitive sa taong ito na sangkot sa 11 bilyong pisong halaga ng korupsyon at economic crimes sa bansang China. Kinilala nga ang fugitive na ito na si Shi Haojie, isang 49 na taong gulang at dating opisyal ng gobyerno na may standing arrest warrant sa China. Nahuli ito sa isang operasyon ng Bureau of Immigration at PACC January 13, araw ng linggo sa Shell Residences Sunset Drive sa Pasay City. Ayon kay China National Supervisory Commission o NSC Director for International Cooperation of Central Commission for Discipline Inspection, Lai Yifan, nagsilbing General Manager ng state-owned enterprise si Shi at sinira ang tiwala ng publiko nang umabuso sa kanyang kapangyarihan sa pamamagitan ng pagtanggap ng suhol at iba pang illegal na aktibidad. Pinasalamatan naman ng mga otoridad ng China at ni Chinese Ambassador to the Philippines, Xiao Zhenhua, ang PICC at law enforcement agencies dito sa bansa sa agarang pagdakip sa naturang fugitive. Floor, siniguro rin ng mga otoridad na sino mang fugitive o mga suspect na tatangkain makapuslit sa bansa ay hindi makakalusot. Yan muna ang latest live. Balik sa iyo, Floor.
Maraming salamat sa iyo, May Bermudez, nagulat mula sa Department of Justice.
Terrorists attacked an upscale hotel complex in Kenya's capital Tuesday, sending people fleeing in panic as explosions and heavy gunfire reverberated through the neighborhood. Kat Dumaraos reports.
At least one person was killed and 4 injured in an attack on Tuesday at an upscale hotel and office complex in the Kenyan capital Nairobi, a hospital official said. The Red Cross said 4 hospitals had received casualties. The explosion and sustained gunfire sent workers fleeing for their lives in an ongoing attack claimed by Somali Islamist group Al-Shabaab. A plume of smoke could be seen above the 14 Riverside Drive complex, and firefighters extinguished 3 burning cars at its entrance as armed security personnel headed inside. Other armed officers escorted shocked workers out, many with their hands up. Some workers climbed out of windows and many told Reuters that they had to leave colleagues behind, still huddled under their desks. Kenya has often been targeted by Al-Shabaab, who killed dozens of people in a shopping center in 2013 and nearly 150 students at a university in 2015. Kat Dumaraos, UNTV News and Rescue.
Despite the high vacuum, huge temperature changes, and strong radiation on the moon, China has developed the first plants on the planet, according to Chongqing University, which leads the bioscience test load project of China's Chang'e 4 mission. Stephanie C. has the story.
Photos sent back on Tuesday by China's Chang'e 4 lunar probe show that the cotton seeds carried by the probe have sprouted. The Chang'e 4 project had officially shifted to the scientific exploration stage days before. A team of scientists from the Chongqing University in southwest China sent a small biological payload aboard the probe, which landed on the lunar surface on January 3. Weighing below 3 kilograms, the test payload includes 6 organisms, including seeds of cotton, potatoes, Arabidopsis, and rapeseeds, as well as fruit fly pupa and yeast. The latest photos show that the cotton shoots are growing well. This is the first plant shoot that grows on the moon after experiencing severe environmental tests such as low gravity, strong radiation, and high temperature.
Although it is a biological payload, it laid a foundation and technological support for our next step, that is, to build a lunar base for living.
The screening of the biological species in this experiment involves very strict requirements. Due to the limited size of the payload, the animals and plants inside are required not to occupy too much space. Therefore, the first requirement is small size. Meanwhile, due to the extreme conditions of the lunar surface, animals and plants should be able to withstand high temperatures, freezing cold, radiation, and be anti-interference.
Its growth cycle is short, and its characteristics are obvious during each growth period. The whole process can be completed in about 12 to 15 days.
Stephanie C., UNTV News and Rescue.
Inaasahang formal nang maisampa ang kasong paglabag sa Comprehensive Dangerous Drugs Act of 2002 sa 3 lalaki na nakunan ng 3 kilong shabu sa Zamboanga City kahapon. Mula sa Zamboanga City, may report si Dante Amento, live. Yes, Dante.
Yes, Janice, may udto. Nakadetain na ngayon sa Zamboanga City sa Zamboanga City Police Stations 11 ang 3 lalaki na nakuhanan ng 1 kilo ng shabu kahapon. Kasong paglabag sa RA 9165 o Comprehensive Dangerous Drugs Act of 2002 ang kakaharapin nila sa Nina Sandan Alcaris, Rajan Jumaan at Ismail Indalis na pawang nakatira sa lungsod. Inaasahang formal na itong maisampa sa korte ngayong araw. Walang piyansa ang kaso ng mga ito sang-ayon sa Section 5 ng RA 9165 o pagbebenta. Nahuli ang 3 sa isang bypass operation pasado 1:00 kahapon sa isang sati house.
Pinapalo up natin. So the day before yesterday, yung transaction natin is nasa Jollibee sana. But in the afternoon, but it was not materialized because lumipat po, nilipat nila, pinospond nila, sabi nila kita na lang tayo bukas, but we already showed them the bypass money.
Na-recover din sa mga suspect ang 1,000 pesos na bypass money. Ayon kay Police Senior Superintendent Thomas Joseph Martir, galing ang mga shabu sa karatig probinsya at i-dispose lamang sa lugar. Maaring ang ilan din dito ay dadalhin sa ibang panglugar sa rehiyon. Noong January 6 lamang ay kalahating kilong illegal drugs din ang nahuli ng pulisya mismong sa City Public Market. Samantala, Janice, mula noong September 2018 hanggang sa kasalukuyan ay mayroon ng mahigit 3 kilong shabu ang nahuli ng Zamboanga City Police Office. Yan muna ating balita. Balik sa iyo, Janice.
Maraming salamat, Dante Amento.